Question time.
What do you know about heart palpitations?
Heart palpitations. Right in the back. School's in session.
We're starting.
Thank you. Heart palpitations, they can be from nervousness, caffeine usage, stimulant usage, maybe if someone's a bit dehydrated. Also, if someone's new to exercise and they're not used to their heart like pumping hard, they might mistake it as a palpitation. It's a pretty general thing. You do it yourself or what?
Yeah.
Just like when you're going hard up the last bit or afterwards?
Sometimes
Yeah.
when exercise.
What does a heart palpitation feel like for you? What are you feeling?
Oh, you just get like this weird feeling,
It'll beat like really fast for like.
like fluttering, and you get like,
I get that occasionally.
yeah, it's weird.
I've always had it.
It's sort of normal. The main thing you want to do is want to keep breathing.
Yeah.
You don't want to hold your breath. When you hold your breath, you raise your blood pressure. You want to keep breathing from the belly, stay relaxed. When you tense up, you increase your blood pressure. Increasing your blood pressure is okay for a sprint, but not for climbing a hill or doing a time trial. You want to stay relaxed, have your blood pressure sort of normal, not elevated.
Has
So
anyone
keep
else
breathing.
had like heart palpitations at all? Maybe we have a problem.
What exactly is it?
I just where you like flutter, like your heart rate flutters for a moment.
Is it pain?
No.
It's like a butterfly in your chest. Sort of thing.
What's that?
I knew someone that had it. They said it like it's like double big,
Yeah.
and it was like really uncomfortable. And somebody else that I knew said like they didn't even feel it, like they couldn't even feel it.
I've had it my whole life, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Next question. It's working.
More questions? Hey,
What books do you recommend?
what
Like,
books?
Yeah, ebooks or
Ebooks. Like in what realm? Like diet, lifestyle, like motivational.
yeah, motivation book. Yeah.
Unleash the Giant Within, Tony Robbins.
That's a good book.
Yeah. What's the other one? I've got like, I do audiobooks. Hang on, let me just have a look at my Audible. Awaken the Giant Within, The Gratitude Effect, Steve Martini. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Think and Grow Rich, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I think a lot of people have probably heard these ones. But, and not that I agree with everything that I listen to in this, but definitely a lot of nuggets of good information
Yeah.
and motivation.
For me,
Yeah.
I'd say the same as what Philly said in terms of like motivational books, for sure. We've read the same stuff. This mic's not working.
Oh, the chicken's back.
Little chicken's back.
Oh, let's let me get that.
That's all. We don't go here.
Yeah. What's everybody else's favourite? Who's got a favourite book? What? What is it? No, what's it called? The Compound Effect by
Darren Hardy.
Darren Hardy. Do you like it too?
It's a phenomenal book.
Ah, hang on, let me write it down. The Compound Effect. Big Magic? Who's that by?
Who's read The Alchemist? What one, yeah.
Power Now. Yeah, I've read that one. It's a good one.
Yep.
The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
What is it?
The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Ferrari?
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. What with Big Magic? Okay.
Chicken's onto it, isn't it? It's onto it.
What about any like religious or spiritual or philosophical readings or teachings?
I feel like they are.
interested in.
I feel like they are in that realm.
Yeah.
Not religious though. I'm not religious so.
I mean, it's a gradient.
Yeah. I don't believe in the man in the sky. That's my views on it.
I mean, some people think Buddhism is religious, so it's like, whatever.
I think there's something more, but I don't think it's a man in the sky.
Yeah, probably not.
Hey, you want some
Are
more
you
coffee?
familiar with Gary Vaynerchuk?
No.
He's like a social media expert. I'll show you his book later.
Social media expert?
Yeah,
How many followers
he
does he
has
have?
a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook.
I always like to see how many followers the social media experts have.
Like 400,000 maybe.
Not bad, not bad.
Did he buy
Is he
him?
on YouTube though?
Did he buy
Yeah,
him?
he's on YouTube.
And how many subs?
I just know his
Views.
Instagram. I met him in person. He's a really good guy.
Yeah, okay.
But basically, his book's about like a lot of people. They just throw the sell out right away in whatever they're doing instead of just like doing things to lead up to it. It's really good.
They throw the whatever?
Like the sell, if they're trying to sell something.
Yeah.
But it's a really good concept though with social media instead of just, just throwing things in people's face to like maybe lead up to it.
Yeah.
Good read.
Yo. Yeah. Your knee sore. Your hamstring, yeah. You ride up in sneakers today? Okay. Because it's sore? Why couldn't you ride clip-ins today? With clip-ins? But it's easier with clip-ins. It's definitely easier with clip-ins. Why do you think it's harder with clip-in shoes? No, that's 100%. It's easier with. If it was easier with sneakers, I'd run sneakers. It's a lot harder because the sneaker bends. So when you push down the power, you lose the power in the sneaker. So cycling shoes are always faster. So I'm not sure. What, you couldn't clip out or something, or? Yeah, that's a psychological. Yeah. You always use your clip-in pedals. If you want to make it easier, use clip-in pedals for sure. Because the shoe's just stiffer. So when you push down, the power goes. The power goes.
Can we give the chicken some corn?
Yeah. Choke, over choke. I had an hour's sleep last night. Got spammed with like, you're a steroid addict. You're a steroid user. Freely said you've been on steroids for 5 years. I mean, people took it out of context. Really didn't say that. But it was insane. So I just wanted to clear the air. Because there's a few trolls out there saying all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not saying Harley's a steroid addict or he's been on it for 5 years or anything like that. People do take it out of context.
People just try and like cause drama between us. The longest I've ever taken steroids, and I was transparent about it, was that November 2014 experiment where I documented everything. You know, going to the doctors, all that stuff.
Yeah, but people just want to like, they don't want to find anything to pull you down about.
Have I used
I mean,
have I used steroids since then with my dental surgery and crash, and even this year when I had that fight and my tooth was damaged? Definitely. But it's like we're talking small amounts. You can tell if someone's on the gear because the arms will be bigger than. Does my arm look like a soldier? It's not even that much bigger than Freely's arm, and I'm a man. So I got email from someone I know this morning. He's like, man, you got to get off the gas. Like, I'm not on the fucking gas like that, man. Like, these people don't understand dosages. Even a girl was at the Q&A the other day. She put our Q&A up, and that's what those trolls were using.
Oh, like what was her name?
Can't remember what her name was, but people just take it out of context.
Yeah.
If I was on steroids, I would be 90 kilos, swole as a motherfucker. And people be coming for me for weightlifting advice because I look like it. Because when you stay on, you just become so anabolic. Even if you are cycling a decent amount, the pro cyclists, the amount of steroids they use is very, 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 very small. Because you gain too much weight too quick. And a cyclist doesn't want that. A cyclist wants a fast recovery. I don't need fast recovery. I'm riding up Doi Tep at 200 watts. I may be doing 320 watts on a good day. in the Tour de France, like Lance Armstrong was on steroids, but very, very, very small amounts because you gain too much weight too quick. And if you go back to November 2014, you'll see at the end of my little steroid experiment how my face is bigger and I'm bigger. And that's only after like 4 or 5 weeks. So those people who say I'm on steroids for the last 5 years or 4 years or a year, that's absolute rubbish. And the proof is I would be massive. Because even if steroids are designed to make people gain weight, even laying in bed. So I just wanted to clear that up. Have I used steroids for longer than 5 weeks at a time? Once, in 2014. Have I used steroids for that chest injury? Yes, and I was transparent about it. My issue is I am transparent with that, and people take it out of context. And that's why people lie about stuff, because it's easier to lie than explain what you just said. If that makes sense.
And I think they expect it because you go after the steroid users.
Yeah.
Like they expect you to be transparent.
Well, one, I don't make an income based on my physique. I don't make an income based on my athletic performance. When I call out the fake natties who say, buy my program, I got swole just doing deadlifts or whatever, or intermittent fasting, that's what I'd call out. So I'm transparent about that. If I had a steroid problem, I would look like a steroid user. I don't look like a steroid user, I don't have a steroid problem.
Can you increase recovery time from injuries with
Yes, 100%. And that's why I like all the basketball players, and even my jaw surgery, I had my jaw drilled out for corrective bite, and the dentist is like, he's going, mate, like, what? We did the x-ray before and after, he's like, what'd you do? You know, I said, oh, I just, whatever, I didn't say what I did. Was it my diet and lifestyle? Yeah, that helps a lot, but definitely, when you take a little bit of exogenous hormone, it increases the bone density. That's even with anorexics, sometimes get prescribed like nandrolone or oxymethylone because it builds the bone density. Just like girls who've got low bone density go to the doctor gives them estrogen or something like that. Yeah. So I took a male hormone for bone density in my surgery, and people make me out as some like fake natty rich piano guy.
Yes, I mean, and I think people have to understand, like realize that it doesn't make you a bad person if you've taken steroids or if you take steroids or whatever. You know, I think people associate it with being a bad person for some reason. There's just so much stigma about it.
There's a lot of people who really believe it though too.
Really believe it?
Yeah, that you're on steroids.
Well, they want to hate. But here's the proof. If I was on, people say I'm on EPO. If I was on EPO, I've got 20 years of training under the belt, right? I would be doing probably 27 minutes up here in a couple of weeks, maybe high 27s. And my power would be like, 360 watts or whatever. With just, maybe a month's training. My best time this year has been 32:46. Will I go faster than that tomorrow? Definitely. But my times aren't unbelievable based on 20 years of riding.
And some people just want to hate, you know what I mean? And like, you can say all you want, they'll still try and hate on you, so you just can't please them. You've got to remember that as well.
Yeah.
Why did you have to use the steroids for the jaw?
It's faster recovery. It's 100%. Like, if I broke my leg tomorrow, I would take steroids, no doubt. Because you get a faster recovery. That's what all the professional athletes use them. Because if you get an injury, you get a faster recovery. Just like if someone...
Why there are some players like, they break a bone and then like...
They're on growth hormone, on everything.
In the next national...
Boom. Boom. Pharmacology lets the human body do things beyond what is, normal. So I'm definitely all for, if you have an accident or something like that, I'm not for using steroids to go to the gym and look swole, and then selling an ebook to someone saying, hey, I'm all natty. And your 14-year-old fans believe you, and then they don't believe me.
How much did you take them for the jaw?
I took 250 milligram every fortnight, so 2 shots in a month, which is a laughable amount. You don't need to take much at all. The thing, if you take too much, you shut down your normal, natural testosterone levels. I don't want to do that. I don't want to shut down my natural testosterone levels. So that's why I didn't take much, and I didn't take it for long. If you take it longer than 4 or 5 weeks, you shut down your normal testosterone levels. So that's why I don't recommend doing steroids. But if you do them like from medical supervision and therapeutic dosages only. Just like painkillers. Some people take painkillers just to go to work or something like that because they've got a little bit of a headache. I take an aspirin because they've got a headache. Like, I don't rate that. But if you've got extreme pain from an accident, Watch the camera.
Oh.
Then
Well, it's like
take some painkillers.
extra effect.
What do you think about HGH?
What do you think about HGH? Very, 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 very common. You probably dated some guys on HGH back in the day. How many steroid users do you date?
They're usually like in older men that
Yeah,
are using it.
My dad took it and it really helped his shoulder.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've seen some some pretty amazing transformations with older men at the gym.
Yeah.
Doing HGH. Pretty amazing.
You said the other day you dated Mr. Australia or something like that, and a few steroid guys.
Yeah, yeah.
How were any of them my size?
No, they weren't
Yeah.
your size. So obviously it's different.
If you're on steroids, if you have a steroid problem,
Yeah, I'm sorry if I gave anyone that impression yesterday or the day before that Harley's the same as like, you know, the standard like gym guy who's doing it for aesthetic reasons or anything like that. That's not what I meant to, you know, imply. So definitely not.
soldier.
Haters gonna hate.
But
me,
if
no,
you
don't
see
worry
me,
about
if you
it.
see me one day on YouTube looking like Keno Body, then you know why. You know why. 100% Keno Body
You
on
just
the
said,
gas.
fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and sometimes I think that, but I prefer cycling. You know? I prefer cycling. And every kilo as a cyclist is basically 1 second per minute. So if I put on 5 kilos of muscle, which is easy to do, then I lose maybe 50 seconds pretty quickly on a climb. I prefer being lightweight and lean and healthy than being a swolger. Because that's the trap. Once your identity becomes about your muscle gains, then that's when steroids become addictive. Definitely.
Yeah, it's dangerous. And that's what most guys are using it
Yeah.
for.
So just to recap, in case there's any doubt, have I used steroids? Yes, I've been pretty clear about that. Would I ever use them again? Yes. For therapeutic reasons, surgery reasons, or accident reasons. Is my performance steroid assisted? No. And the proof of that is my best times, my best power output was in 2013. My best 10-minute power output was in 2013. Pre-steroids era. Steroids don't really increase performance for a cyclist unless you're in a stage race where racing for 5 hours, 8 hours a day is naturally lowering your testosterone levels, and you might take 10 milligrams of androl per day just to bring it up a little bit. Otherwise, steroids won't help you as a cyclist for one-day racing, etc. EPO will. EPO definitely will. Am I an EPO? No. Have I ever taken EPO? Never. Would I take EPO for a YouTube video under some guidance? For sure. For sure. I like to be transparent, and I'm very curious as well. I was curious what performance gain I would have as a cyclist. I was curious what it would feel like. I was curious to how much muscle I'd put on. And my bench press was an all-time high just after 5 weeks. I had a bench press for 20 years. I'd use it every now and then. And just after 5 weeks, on a low dosage testosterone enanthate, my bench press was all-time high. Just for 5 weeks. It's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, no wonder guys in the gym get addicted to it.
Steroids definitely addictive because it changes your physique and people give you compliments about it. And then you're like, whoa, you know, maybe I'll do a bit more. More's better. So if you're gonna use them, guys, be real careful. And I don't recommend them. Unless it's maybe you had a surgery or whatever.
Strava, you made once this distance challenge in January. You called the video, how much weight did I lose? And you never answered the question. Typical durianrider.
How much weight did I lose? I lost a lot of weight, man. And that's why I can't do big miles. Yeah. That's why I can't do big miles. I just get too lean. And people call me the skinny tapeworm. And then they call me the steroid abuser. Then the carbs make you fat. It's like, I'm either on steroids, swolger, or I'm too underweight and carbs make you fat. Like, it's insane. How much weight did I lose? It's hard to say, but if you look at the video, I'm really, really, really lean. Like lightweight, and I was flying. And that's when I set my PRs for power. Yeah? That's when I set my PRs, because I was super light and super trained up. And I haven't been able to beat that power. Even with steroids, I haven't been able to beat that time trial power.
You mean watts per kilo?
Watts per kilo and total, yeah, watts per kilo.
And total watts.
Yeah. So the only thing I noticed with steroids in cycling is sprint power, yeah, for sure. You notice that straight away. But time trialing power, unless you're doing stage races, it won't help. Won't help.
How was the reaction of the people that you met after their ride being so lean? There was so much wrinkles in the face.
Oh, yeah.
Low body fat.
You remember that, Frilly? Like, when 2013, 2014, I was doing those big mile challenges.
And if you're
Because,
feeling like
you said once at the airport they were stopping you because you looked like.
I did look like a heroin addict. People still call me a heroin addict. I've never used heroin, but people still call me a heroin addict.
I remember when you were 59 kilos. 2000.
Yeah.
2008, he was 59 kilos. At 6 foot. Pretty light.
Yeah.
Very light. You didn't have the power though.
Nah.
You weren't eating enough. We were 100% raw, so it was what? We weren't eating enough.
Let me feed the baby.
Yeah. Feed a little chicken.
How much weight did you put on in preparation for the 2013 Strava January cycling?
No, I was pretty lean, man.
How many miles did you do? I don't remember.
I did 6,025 in 2013, and then 2014 I did 6,545. I could have done a lot more, but I was doing a lot of
I
climbing.
mean specifically the January Strava challenge.
Which year?
2013 was it?
I did 2013 and 2014. Yeah.
How many miles did you do? Do you remember 2013?
Mileage I don't remember. Kilometers I remember. It's about 6,045 for January 2013. It's about 6,565 or 45 for January 2014. It's all on Strava. I could have done a lot more. But I did a lot of climbing and socializing, and you know, it was good times. Good times. But there's a guy in Florida who did like, you know, on a recumbent, did like some crazy amount of mileage last year, and he's obviously on the gas because he's a big guy. There's no way you can stay a big guy and ride a bike a lot unless you're on the gas. But he did some insane amount of mileage on a recumbent, like full on.
Gert, right?
What's that?
Gert.
Yeah, what's his name?
Searfugel.
Yeah. Kurt, that's the one. Definitely not full natty bra.
But he was on the McDonald's as well.
Yeah, plus everything. So that just goes to show, how many miles did he do? Kilometers? Like?
He did like 75,000 miles or something.
75,000 miles in a year.
Yeah.
And he's big, like muscular looking. So that just proves how effective McDonald's is and steroids are at maintaining weight. Yeah. I literally couldn't do that many miles because my body would be like, nah, you're getting too lean, we're going to shut down the motivation to train. So that's just more proof. It's not about just mileage for weight loss, it's diet as well, massively. This is meditative, isn't it? Feeding the chicken.
Therapy.
Chicken therapy.
Corn therapy.
When you guys eat out at restaurants, how concerned are you about salt?
Salt.
I find that, whenever I'm like ordering dishes, even if I know it's low fat or low oil or something, I'm just always stressing out about the salt.
I definitely don't stress out about it, but I do like check it and, you know, ask how salty is it, or try and get it low salt. I definitely do try that, but you know, I'll sweat it out as well if it is a bit salty. The next day I sweat it out and hydrate.
Because Philly's so lean as well, like.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit of salt.
Yeah, we need to put a bit more salt and fat and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not something to stress about too much?
Nah.
Yeah, don't ever stress about anything too much. You know what I mean? Like, just find a solution rather than stress about it.
Yeah. Just keep walking in the pathway of solution.
Whenever you can get low salt, like, just go back to that place. You know, if they're willing to. What's that? Oh.
Done. Keeping it regular.
Yeah, if you go to one place and you just tell them, like, they usually get the idea and serve you low salt.
Bring it up at the restaurant.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Would you say low oil or low salt? More important?
Low oil.
Low oil, yeah.
Because the oil makes your red blood cells coagulate, stick together. That can cause a clot in some people. Or just can give you like oily skin. Some people can give them a little bit of pimples, which is not a health issue, it's just cosmetic. Having the oil can also decrease the glycogen retention, so impede your recovery. I would say that and I can speak with personal experience, that a low-fat diet will benefit the cyclist more than doing anabolic steroids, in my opinion, from a recovery perspective. Sugar water plus no oil, low fat, in my personal experience, will improve glycogen retention better than doing testosterone. Testosterone also improves glycogen retention. But in my experience, the sugar water and the no oil, yeah. But if you did both, then yeah, for sure, you go next level. But for someone like me, I could just train more, get more benefit. You're really better off doing it naturally anyway. If you want to do it, if you want to be a professional, big time, big game, then yeah, you got to get on the gear. But for the average weekend warrior, you're better off full natty bra. For sure.
You say like the oil, the blood clots.
Yes.
Is that also why people who are having troubles with their heart have a bigger risk of like having a stroke?
Because well, those people with the heart issues have thicker blood, like it's coagulating from their excess fat intake, and because they've got the heart issues primarily from excess dietary fat and cholesterol. So by them having more fat, it's just boom. And they're not doing exercise. When you do exercise, cycling, etc., your body produces enzymes that reduce clotting factor 5, etc. So your blood becomes thinner. And that's how the aspirins and the warfarin and the anticoagulant drugs work, is they thin the blood. All we need to do to thin the blood is wake up, drink a quart of water, or drink some water before you go to bed, and you'll have thinner blood, you'll have better blood. And that's freely drinks a lot of water before you go to bed, you know, just sits there and just chugs it back. That's a great tip. Oh, I might get up and go to the toilet later on. Who cares? You're hydrated better.
So the sporting works as a blood like thinner.
Yeah. That's why if you eat a fatty meal and you feel a bit sludgy, you go for a bike ride, you know what I mean? You sort of spin it through your blood. Yeah. Versus just sit down and like, ugh. Because what happens is the blood moves it all through. The lymphatic system pumps the blood through. What are my thoughts on energy gels? I think they're great. Be aware some contain caffeine. So if you're caffeine sensitive, what happened? Oh, taxi. It's alright, ants will love it. If you're caffeine sensitive, be aware that some of them have caffeine in them. So just read the ingredients list. I've used caffeine gels before, they work, but if you're going to use caffeine, I'd save it for special occasions versus a daily or weekly thing. Otherwise, your recovery's decreased, and then you start to dig a hole. I would say a mixture of whatever. If you can get enough calories eating dates, whoa, what's that? If you can get enough calories eating dates, then that's fine, do that. I use the gels as a bit of variety. Sugar water, things like that. What was that? My preferred is like organic sugar in water, 100 grams per bottle. That's my preferred. But I'll eat any vegan gel. Cliff gels, hammer gels, power gels, all that stuff. They're basically just maltodextrin, glucose and fructose. But dates are really good because dates have no wrapper, so they're more more ecological, and they never really go off. They never really go off. Q&A, brought to a Ford Thai Fruit Festival. Thai Bike Festival.
Oh, that's big. Last day. Yeah, maybe everyone can... Oh. Snapchat. Yeah, you didn't make the cut. Maybe everyone can wave as I go past.
Yeah.
Before everybody goes home.
Oh yeah, start this way.
Hey. Waving. Look at all those happy faces. That was good. Awesome.
You save it first.
Yeah. Oh, you tell us now. What's so funny? We want to laugh too. What's that? You always laugh at random stuff. Tell us. Okay. Stretching can be pretty funny. Questions?
Do you think that environmental damage is reversible, and where is society heading in the next 10 years? Environmental.
The topsoil can be like replaced, like if it's
reversible, like.
Certain like environmental damage is healable.
Do you think that people will cause more damage in the next 10 years? It's going to be more like environmental.
Well, I think in the next 30 years, the whole planet's going to go vegan. Within 30 years.
If everyone does YouTube videos.
I mean, just imagine, like in the last decade, like since YouTube, like veganism has gone crazy already. So imagine another 20 years, it's just going to be, or 30 years.
Did you see that Google spike from vegan searches in 1 year, April 2016, April 2015? Who saw that in my video?
Really? Okay.
But the Google spike, like in searches, you know?
Yeah. No, I don't really went out that.
No, it's over last year.
Oh, it was last year.
What's that?
Yeah.
We overtook vegetarianism.
We overtook vegetarianism.
Nice.
Yeah, just in 1 year, April 2015 to 2016.
By a lot.
But by smashing it a lot.
Yeah, so just imagine in like 10, 20, 30 years.
Just imagine if there was like, 100 freely endurance riders banging out celeb videos or fitness videos or just whatever videos.
Yeah, instead of videos about other vegans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're really effective.
Endurance riders on steroids.
Oh, it's a good distraction, and it's funny. I mean, I've watched a few and I've laughed myself.
Yeah.
Like, this is kind of crazy, but it's not helping. It's really not helping the movement grow a lot bigger.
Yeah, I don't care what people say, make fun of me or whatever, but when someone says, I'm this lean because I've still got Crohn's, or I can only ride a bike fast because I'm on EPO, that gets to me because...
There's always going to be those people.
Yeah. I put my life out there on the internet, and...
You can't control what they're going to think or say. Just say.
Yeah. I want people to have trust in what I'm saying.
Maybe it's a compliment.
Yeah, it's a compliment that they're focusing on you and keeping you relevant in people's minds. And
I see that, but I've even had a few people come up to me and say, Harley, like, do you have like a steroid addiction? Like, and I'm like, what? And these are people I know pretty well. So that's why I'm always trying to clear the air.
You just have to start worrying when people don't make videos about you.
Yeah.
Really.
If they're not talking about it, then you're becoming irrelevant pretty quick.
Yeah, that's right. And you can't think that everybody, just because you see a few comments, not everybody's going to think, well, those few comments. You know what I mean? Like, you don't blow it up into something it's not.
You should see my Tumblr, my Strava, my email, my Facebook today, my YouTube. It's going off. It's like
10 people can do that.
Nah, it's not more. It's more than 10. It's people I know personally. Like going, what's going on? Even Sean Lee just rang me up just back on the hill there when I was fixing my front tyre. He rings me up and goes, what's going on, man? You like?
You're getting a lot of attention.
Yeah.
You've always wanted attention. Now you're getting it.
I was neglected as a child.
You'll be right. Just like everything, it blows over. We keep going. Doesn't matter. Just keep focusing on what matters.
That's it. Questions. Last day, officially. But...
Has everyone had a good time?
Yeah.
Yay!
You know what time caveman?
I want my money back.
I want my money back. That's the best comment.
I don't know, maybe 9, 10. Give him a call. Give Caveman a call. Question.
Yeah, what's been your favorite moments this year so far?
Favorite moment this year? Frida, you want to go first, or?
You go first, I'll think one.
My favorite moment, man. Every fucking day is my favorite moment, because that's all you got, right here, right now. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery.
That's what I want to hear.
Right here, right now is the gift, and that's why they call it the motherfucking present. But to answer the question, man, every day is challenges, adversity, ecstasy, pain, and life, every day is a good one. But to answer your question, this event has taught me so much about myself and given me a lot of clarity. A lot of good things this year. A lot of good things. A lot of good things to come as well.
Yeah, I've had a lot of good times as well. One in particular, a girl in the first couple of days I think we were here, came up to me and said, you turned me vegan, you helped turn me vegan, now my brother's vegan, and now my parents are also vegan, so my whole family's vegan. That was like really satisfying. It was amazing, so that was definitely a highlight.
Veganized.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Freely's vegan calculator points went up that day.
Not like, it's not an ego thing, it's just like, oh my god, how many animals are they saving? And now they're going to talk to their friends, and it's just, it's really...
It's like a what's a cumulative effect, like a carry-on effect.
Yeah, it's snowball.
Viral effect, ripple effect.
Yeah.
Snowball effect. Avalanche effect. It's pretty rad. Hey.
Do you suggest using a vegan condom when you have a vasectomy?
The what?
Using a vegan condom after getting a vasectomy.
Why would you not use one?
Would you still use one?
After getting.
Well, you have to think about it. You can spread stuff around.
Yeah.
Or you can pick something up. Or, you know what I mean?
Well,
So you have to use a condom still. What's that?
Which one do you use?
Vasectomy is a contraceptive method, for sure.
No, I'm saying like, what vegan brand?
Oh, vegan brand. I thought you said do not wear a condom. Like you get a vasectomy, then you can just go and like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, just, yeah, I won't have to explain that one.
Depends what country you live in. But some people might say, I'm not going to use a condom because it's not vegan. No, if you're going to use a condom, use it. You know, you don't want to have, yeah. That's like saying you're drowning in the water, someone throws you a life jacket and it's got like a leather trim on it. And you grab the jacket on and you go, oh shit, it's got leather trim, sorry mate. Like, do the best you can in the moment. Vegan condoms, depending on what country you're in. Depends what country you're in.
Just Google it. It's pretty easy. There's like brands.
I remember one time I had a friend, he was a bit of a character, remember Luke, the coconut guy?
Yeah.
One time he was climbing coconut trees, he fell out of the tree, shattered his ankle, like just shattered it, the bones. He had to get airlifted to the hospital, and they're like, we need to give you surgery right now because he's all, you know, it's fractured up. And he's like, I don't believe in surgery in the medical model. And they're like, we're gonna have to cut your leg off then. And he's like, oh, okay then. And he, you know, like, they're sitting in emergency surgery, they have to operate now, and he's going, you know, I don't know, I'm not sure about the anesthetic, is it healthy? Or, like, there's a point where purity can fucking fuck you up. So, go with logic versus purity.
So Gangs has made like a couple videos about a lot of things that feminists are like stupid or say a lot of stupid things.
I think he hates women. I just get that feeling from him. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to like ask what your view on that is. Like, do you think, like, because it says that every person is just basically a feminist and we should like make a big deal out of it? What do you think about that?
I think Richards is a pretty confused young boy and needs to get off the drugs. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. Really?
I think he hits some points sometimes, but then he tries to dive deeper than he really understands when it comes to the whole feminist thing and women, and I just get this real woman-hating vibe off him, especially when he wanted to like smash bloggolatis in the face. I don't know, he just, some of the things I'm like, there's no need to go that far, and then to pull the moral card on other people. It's like, yeah, I don't really want to talk about him that much.
How do you organize your day? I'm self-employed.
How do we organise our day?
Okay, yeah. And then you have those days where you feel like completely lazy and not doing
definitely. Yeah, I'm good at that. Yeah. Couch time. Just put the feet up, relax. Yeah. I like to get some fitness in every day, definitely. Work out. Just I like habit. I'm very habitual, you know, I love my habits, my routine. Yeah, get the cycling in, and during the middle of the day is usually like YouTube, hanging out, relaxing, emails, all that sort of thing, and then dinner. It's not, you know, it's not that like complex of a day.
Is it how many hours a day you dedicate to the YouTube?
Well, now the festival's over, I'm going to be dedicating many hours a day, like maybe, I don't know, 4 hours maybe a day.
Me, I just open the computer and just boom, do whatever needs to be done. I try to make sure I eat 3 meals a day. Obviously during the festival, my sleep schedule goes boom, out, and I'm cool with that because it's only 3 weeks. I can recover. I can take steroids. Yeah, I like to just wake up and do the important things first thing in the morning, because otherwise it's easy to get caught up. Like for me, what's important is staying fit and doing some sport, and that sets my day up. You know, go out for a bike ride, I grab my water, grab some fruit, grab my sugar, go for maybe an hour bike ride, and just sort of, you know, think about the day, what I'm going to plan, etc. And then come home, just get on the computer, boom, start hitting it. Creating content, emails, Tumblrs, looking at stuff, whatever. And just do that until whenever it takes. But my ideal schedule is, you know, up with sunrise, in bed by 8, 9 p.m. Lights off, electricity off, phones off, everything off. Just chilling, thinking about the next day, or focusing on gratitude, or how I could have made today a little bit better, what I could improve upon. That's my ideal schedule. If shit happens, I don't freak out. I understand that's just life. Like you're getting a flat tire or a problem, you deal with it and keep moving on. If you sit there kicking your bike, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's easy like to create stuff in your head that isn't real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially if you haven't had enough sleep and stuff like that, things can become
crazy.
Yeah, like and not even real. You know?
Crazy. I would say most of us make things in our head bigger than they really are. And a lot of bad things happen to us in our life, and some of them actually will happen. You know? A lot of bad things will happen in our life, and some of them may actually happen. Meaning, we make in our head, oh my God, this could happen to me. This will happen to me. Versus actually really, it's probably not going to happen to you.
It's how you react to the situation.
Yeah. So it's good to be present and have an attitude of gratitude. And whenever shit's happening in my life, I kick back, I turn off the lights, and I think of that person somewhere in the world today who got hit by the machete militia, lost their legs, lost their daughter, lost their mother, lost someone close to them. They were just in the field picking corn. Someone comes through, chops them up because they have a different religious perspective, and then they're laying there waiting for the Red Cross that may or may not come, forever remain for life, to just believing in whatever and picking corn. So whenever I think, oh my God, this is crazy, people are conspiring against me or whatever, and I prefer that doesn't happen, but when it does happen, it doesn't, you know.
You gotta put it in perspective.
Perspective's powerful.
Yeah.
Your perception or your procedure. Probably the two most important things you can focus on. So my perception, okay, shit's happening to me, that's my perception, but what's happening to someone else in the world today? And is it worse than my situation? Okay, it is. Do I really have a right to feel too self-pity or too sad for too long? Not really.
Well, isn't it more than half the world lives on less than
$2 a day?
Like,
yeah.
They've already got it harder.
Yeah, I'm sitting there with my iPhone 6, we've got cameras here, we've got YouTube, we've got money rolling in, people stopping the street, how's it going, love your stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard to be down for too long. If you are being down for too long, you're not paying attention to what's going on right now.
I mean,
and that's life.
Money doesn't equal happiness.
Money does not fucking equal happiness. Someone said money equals love, so no, money equals sex in that situation. Money doesn't equal love.
It can help you be comfortable, definitely.
Yeah.
That's bad. How many people do we have here?
Guys, it's good. Yo.
So, there are a lot of changes this year to the festival. Do you like them, and do you have ideas for more changes for next year?
Changes for next year.
To make it more like...
I personally would like, I'm not sure if Freely's down, but I would personally like to make it longer. So then we have a bigger crossover where the uni students or the other people who can't get time off work or whatever can come in. Because you see people turn up today. I see, who turned up today? Don't make me look like an idiot. I mean, some people, I saw new faces anyway up the hill. On bikes. So people are turning up. I've had a lot of requests, make it longer so I can come in. And that way people can come to Thailand, spend 1 week here and then go travel or do whatever. And often come back so they realise the rest of Thailand's not as good as this event. So I'd like to make it longer. And also for next year, let me know if it's a good idea, in the evening have like a meet up at like 4 o'clock, maybe at Green Hill for YouTube tips, or at the park, the fruit park. Where was that fruit park? You right?
Fruit park.
Yeah, near the university where you did the raw dinners for a little bit.
Yeah, that was really nice.
And that way then, even if we turn up or we don't turn up, at least there's another organised event where people can hang out and mingle. Because that's essentially what this event is mingling.
Just can't ride in there and stuff.
Yeah. This is a place where people meet each other.
We can discuss all that.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about that. But who thinks it should be longer so more people could turn up? There we go. It's got to be longer next year then. I'm going to have to work harder next year. I'm going to have to take more steroids next year.
Get some sleep. Get some sleep.
I'll be in the modafinil next year. I'll be on everything. I'll be like, give me a bike, let me fix it.
I mean, it basically continues on after today anyway. Like a lot of people are staying around, so...
It's like Sean Lee from 1 Minute a Day. He says the festival never fucking ends. He goes, Harley, the festival is 2 months later, there's still people going up to Chiang Mai. So for the last 2 years, people were still coming up to Oyster Tep, sorry.
How many people are going to be here for the next couple of days?
Alright. Who's here for the next week? In Thailand?
Next month?
Yep.
Next month? Oh, that's a lot. There you go.
Yeah.
Festival continues.
Who doesn't want to go home, Billy?
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's good.
170 people here today.
170?
Wow. Good job. It's pretty amazing. Maybe you should do a turnaround with your camera.
Minimal pro.
Mm.
So 1 minute a day?
Yeah, Sean changes it by Sean Lee, Minimal Pro. I just call him Sean 1 minute a day because that's when I first met him. He's a good guy. He called me up just before on FaceTime. I was like, who's calling me? No one's got my number.
Yeah.
It's Sean.
He's a very good guy.
Banana TV.
Awesome.
Paul.
What's the most valuable lesson you've learned in the last year?
The most valuable lesson I've learned in the last year. Freely?
He's asking you.
You asking both of us?
You go first.
Okay, both of us. Me go first?
You go first.
Most valuable lesson I've learned in the last year. Wow. What you think isn't always what is.
Trust your own intuition. That's what I've learned. Just even more. Did you get sub 40?
Close, close, close. We'll have another go tomorrow.
Well, you think
Oh, be close. But just in the last year, you've progressed so much. You know, you went for the sub 40 yesterday, yeah? Yeah. So that's the incredible improvement from just getting your first road bike last year to now, like, you know, attacking the climb, holding the wheel, spinning it, and it's really pretty rad. Imagine in another year's time with another year of training under your belt. Yeah. That's what I love about this event, just seeing that transformation. Margaret!
20.
Questions, just bang them out. Bang them out.
Goals. Future goals.
Future goals. Increase YouTube, increase community, increase the fun, increase the adventure, increase the passion, increase the purpose, increase the impact.
Definitely more YouTube collabs, 20 million views on YouTube a month. To be able to maintain that consistently, that would be really good. 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. Sub 30 up Doisy Tap. No, just kidding. That might be pushing it a little bit. Yeah, mainly YouTube goals.
Julia.
I have a question for you.
Hi,
Julia. So this is quite an awkward question, but what
is it drama related or is it
no, boobs related. What do you think of not wearing bras?
Boobs related, okay. Not wearing bras.
Because so many people
It's
in the
good.
community are not wearing bras.
You just got to do what you feel like is
Personal
comfortable.
preference.
Yeah, it's totally up to the individual. I think it's great.
Personal preference. If you're a runner though,
Yeah, obviously if you're going for a run,
it
you don't
might
want
be
to
a
give
bit
yourself
tough
black
for some
eyes.
people.
Like.
A girl on YouTube did a video the
At least
other day.
someone laughs.
A girl on YouTube did a video the other day. Why don't wear a bra? It had like 4 million views or something crazy. Just stand there, just talking. Boom.
Oh yeah, I saw that came into my feed too.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is this?
Sex sells. That wasn't even really a sexy thumbnail. It's just yeah,
Content.
content. Personal preference.
Do you feel better now?
Now I don't wear a bra. It's terrible for
Oh.
the mountain. But
I meant like after your sickness.
what is?
Like you know how you took antibiotics and everything? You remember that?
Yes.
Do you
Now
feel?
I'm doing pretty well. Like
Okay.
I'm eating everything, fruit and everything, and I try to eat protein for and fruit are.
Yeah.
It depends what kind of fruit I eat. Papaya is not really the best, but when I eat like mangoes and dragon fruit and
You look good. You look
Yeah.
like you're back.
Biological readout is important.
Julia's back.
Wes?
Hey.
Do you have a point where you think, do you like, is there a point for you like you stop believing in science?
When you what?
Stop believing in science.
Start believing in
Stop
it.
believing.
Oh,
Like, do you think there's too much science?
Well, science can
Too
be
much
biased.
like pseudoscience. Yeah.
No, like, I'm saying like science in general.
What's that?
I'm saying science in general.
Science can be biased though, because you might be a scientist and you'll study stuff and prove stuff that suits your bias. So science is awesome. I love science, but I wouldn't call science 100%.
Yeah, you can
truth.
really you can manipulate it.
Yeah.
You know, so at the end of the day, you have to go with.
Get it.
Oh.
Just like there was some study the other day that said, you know, putting your hand in some glove will give you more benefits than doing anabolic steroids if you're a powerlifter or something. I'm like, that's just so not true. But they manipulated the data so it did prove it. Yeah. But if that was the case, then all the powerlifters would be wearing these little insulation gloves instead of doing so much gear that would about to pop their heart. What's that? Who told me about that one? Paul or someone. So yeah. No, it was Paul's friend. Yeah. Do you mean, yeah.
Sorry.
do you use sunscreen?
Yeah. Yeah, I have to. I'm fair, so otherwise. I mean, like when I was 100% raw, I rarely burnt, but you know now I do a little bit. So definitely get the sunscreen.
When you go, you don't
What's
get sunburns?
It's a lot harder to get sunburn. Yeah.
You have more antioxidants being in your
carotene.
bloodstream. The pignogenals.
It's protective. It's very good.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, it makes you so tan. 100%.
Relative to otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Relative to otherwise. Like, me or Freely could never get like Nicole's skin quality.
Yeah, we wish.
Because, yeah, no matter how much raw we ate, just it was genetic gifts, yeah, you know. But yeah, definitely helps. Fruits. Toothpaste.
Yeah, I usually use like tooth powder, like soap. I think it's called. You know the powder one.
Right.
Yeah. It's got what's it got in it?
Bicarb.
Yeah,
and stuff like
bicarb. You've got to be a bit careful. If you use bicarb every day on your teeth,
It can be abrasive.
it can strip the enamel.
So maybe coconut oil?
Like pulling?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I've had like good results with that. At first I thought, I don't know about this oil pulling thing, but it's actually not bad. It's given me some good results.
Do you still rub banana on your teeth?
No. To whiten them?
Yeah.
No. I mean, it's only a temporary thing. It's not gonna like last long term. And it's more about like just the air getting to your teeth when you hold your mouth open. That can temporarily make them look whiter.
Yeah.
What do you think of Swift cycling program?
The Swift, what I think of the Swift cycling program is like an indoor thing. I think it's great if you lived in Europe or the harsher climates where it's cold out, wet out, rainy out, snowy out. I think it's awesome for that. I don't really use it because I prefer to ride a bike outdoors, but if I was, you know, in Scandinavia or Europe or certain places, I'll become a Zwifter. So I think it's great. I just don't use it because I prefer outdoors, because I can have it outdoors. So I think it's a great thing, and it's building the community. It's really cool.
What do you think about using baking soda for cleaning your teeth?
Baking soda for cleaning teeth, again, it can be abrasive, so be careful with it.
It can whiten them. Definitely takes because like it can even take rust off metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty gross, like abrasive stuff.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't do it every day. Just alternate. Maybe do it twice a week.
Yeah. I've used it a few times in the past. I wish it wasn't. What you guys thought?
I had a few stains in my teeth and I got it off. Whiten them up a bit.
Yeah. Julia.
Really, what do you think of washing hair with baking soda? That's a side and then go, what do you use for your hair? I used to use it in the past, and some people said it destroys the false pH or something like that.
Yeah, what does it do?
That baking soda and apple cider vinegar destroys the pH of the sponge.
I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised. It's pretty like strong stuff. I'm not sure. I don't have experience with it, but I just usually use like a vegan shampoo and conditioner. Like just condition it on the ends a little bit. Otherwise, if I put it through my hair, it's very fine hair. It would just weigh it down. And there's like this no poo movement when people aren't using shampoo or conditioner at all. And that's fine, I think. But I don't know. I feel like we're in the fumes and everything like that. And it's like in the past where I've gone to a nightclub and it's been smoky. You know, like before I came to this lifestyle, and my hair just stunk. You know, I'd sleep on my hair and it'd be like, oh, it's horrible. And the same kind of thing can happen with, you know, the fumes in the air. So that's something to consider. Like if you're in a nice environment, that's a good idea. But otherwise, you're picking up a lot of stuff in your hair and carrying it around.
What about Harley?
What do you do with your hair?
Well,
there isn't much there.
Because I'm vegan and I don't want to kill the head lice in my scalp, I don't use nothing. Just full natty bra water. I just use water, maybe if there's some steel bit of Freely's shampoo or something sitting there or whatever. If I smell like a rat.
You need it sometimes.
If I smell like Figsy.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's what? Hormones in the water.
Yeah, that's correct. You're totally true, because
We're all on it.
so many women on the contraceptive pill, and then we recycle the water. It's crazy, isn't it? It's amazing. Because those hormones, where do they go? Just get recycled in the food system.
What do you use for vasectomy? Oh no, you don't have.
Vasectomy.
What's that?
I have another question.
Last 8-9 years has been vasectomy for us.
Yeah. Do the politicians in Australia speak about animal rights at all?
Some, but not really, because the biggest export in Australia is the beef industry. So if you speak out against that, you instantly cut your friends, your financial friends, etc. So no.
I think they've just passed some law against animal testing for cosmetics in Australia.
Yeah. Only for new ones though.
Only for new ones? Yeah.
That's pretty rad.
That's pretty good, yeah.
That's a sign.
Are you guys gonna vote?
Every dollar you spend is a fucking vote for what you believe in.
That's the biggest vote.
That's the biggest thing. I mean, do we vote every day? When I buy a piece of corn instead of a piece of meat, when everyone here buys a smoothie instead of the dairy shake, we motherfucking vote with our dollar. So vote every day, every purchase.
At the election.
I haven't voted for years, and if I do, I just like scribble it and chuck it in to avoid some fine or whatever. But
how do you get out of the fine if you don't?
They just don't find me anymore.
I'm paranoid schizophrenic. I voted for God.
I haven't voted for them.
Wait, seriously, you get away with a lot with that stuff. The schizo card. Yeah, every dollar we spend is a vote for what we believe in. Every label on our shirt is a vote for what we stand for. Every video we upload, you know, vote every chance you can. Every chance you can.
Paul?
You guys were talking about washing your hair with water. I was wondering if you get like flaky scalp or dandruff or stuff like that, and if you do, how do you deal with it?
Flaky scalp, dandruff.
I don't ever get that, but
I get it occasionally if you're dry. You could maybe put a bit of moisturiser on your scalp.
maybe give it like a coconut oil treatment. Yeah, when you just leave it in for a couple of hours and then wash it out and see how that goes. But I wonder what is creating that issue. You know, it's best to always address the cause of it.
Yeah, like I don't get the dandruff, etc. when I'm in a humid climate, but from using like heavy chlorinated water in a dry environment, I get a little bit of snowflake action. Yeah.
Aircon? Do you use aircon?
No.
So, I mean, again, it's more of a cosmetic thing. It's not a real health issue. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people do get
But
it.
when I hang out with horses or whatever, if I go pat a horse, I notice most horses have got like a bit of a dry scalp. So, is it just a thing that doesn't really matter and the hair industry's made it a thing to sell products? I don't know. Yeah. Maybe one of the chickens got a bit of dandruff. How about a little trip? Who knows? Questions? What made me go vegan? Health, ethics, performance. What keeps me vegan? Ethics, health, performance.
Who affected you to go vegan?
This naturopath guy who wasn't even a vegan or vegetarian himself, who just planted the seed in my head. I met a vegetarian friend called Jonathan Gillen, and he was telling me about meat and stuff, and my friend Jade Lean was talking about like what's in the meat pies, and just these guys who would plant seeds in my mind, and those seeds sprouted, and then I'd go into the shop and I bought that Vegan Voice in April 2001 and went vegan overnight, and then I read John Robbins' book Food Revolution a few weeks later, and it just built that conviction. And then everyone said, your vegan diet's shit, you're gonna die, or you can't perform. And I rode from Adelaide to Perth in 2002. Totally didn't believe I could do it. Doubted myself every day. Woke up in the morning just like exhausted going, have I bitten off more than I can chew? But the days you remember most in life are the days where you bite off more than you can chew and you keep fucking chewing and you get it done. And so I got it done, and every time I wanted to quit or give up or get a flag down a bus or whatever, I thought of all the people who said you can't do it. And I thought this is like a vegan mission for me, and I'm gonna do it. And I did it.
My yoga teacher was really healthy, really lean, and I was always like, why is this woman so like vibrant and everything? And I wasn't at the time. I was just like overweight, acne, depressed, all that good stuff. And so I just questioned her, and she's like, I'm vegan. You know, you should try you should get a juicer. So I got a juicer, came with like a raw food recipe book. It had raw meat in the book. It had all these like raw vegan recipes as well. And I tried raw vegan for a couple of weeks. At that point, it was like 2001, I think, 2000 or 2001. Yeah, and that's when the first like seed was planted. So I went vegan for like health and weight loss reasons. Not at all ethics. I come from like a farm where we used to kill our own animals, our animals, you know. And Dad used to make me watch him kill chickens and stuff and all of that. So it was very like, and I used to hate it, by the way. But it was just normal. It was like what we did, and everybody ate meat around me, so I didn't question it at all. So yeah, when I found veganism, it was like, it had nothing to do with ethics, but then I watched Earthlings, and like that night I was like, I just changed. I'm like, holy shit, what have I been supporting this whole time? This is crazy. You know, and
made the connection.
Yeah, made the connection then, and The rest is history. That's it.
Yeah. And that's what society is all about. It's the status quo, worshipping of God of public opinion, teaching people how to be really good at shit that's really pointless. And you've got these like designers who design this art or fashion that's totally fucking meaningless. It creates this like $1 billion industry where people spend their time working jobs they hate to buy shit they don't even fucking need, to impress people they don't like, and they're supporting these industries that are really good at shit that's really dumb. Louis Vuitton, Prada, Fendi, all this meaningless shit. Bugatti, Ferrari, Lamborghini.
Remember when we saw Arnie in LA in his Bugatti?
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bugatti, big cigar, steroid head, boom, just hitting it. And people idolize that shit.
He had a massive head.
Hollywood. Just teaching the world how to fuck up their own lives and chase something that's impossible to attain. And when you chase what's impossible to attain, you're always going to have misery. When you try and expect someone to be something that they're not, you're always going to have pain. When you try and be something that you're not to get approval, then it's not going to work out in the end. But the whole system is about getting people fighting each other or disempowered, setting these impossible standards. You don't look like this, so you're shit. This person looks like that, so they're awesome. And then, then throw the money in and the status and...
Yeah, the standards are so ridiculously high, like for women in particular, you got to look like this and this and this and this, that no one can attain it, less than 1% of the population. So then all the other girls are like, oh, I better buy this product. It'll make me feel better, but it's just so disgusting.
But once you understand that lie that the system puts out there, you can just watch it as a game. You go, oh, that's the game, and I used to play that game, and yeah, wow, I played it for a long time, and I wasted a lot of time playing that game. But when you can see it's just a game, you can sort of laugh at it. And then your reality is this: it's carving up, it's getting it done, it's not worrying about the gold watch or the Ferrari, all that shit doesn't really fucking matter. And you focus more on community and being a legit person and just being a good person. Not getting caught up in that lifestyle. It's just, end of the day, it will just drop you off the deep end. How many celebrities have a full-on drug, cocaine habit? Most of them. Most of them aren't happy. They're prescription medicated, addicted. They're just fighting with each other, or they're like, the Ferrari got scratched by the valet driver and then they've got to sue him, and it's just... But in Hollywood, they print it out like it's some magic dream. But it definitely isn't. Definitely isn't. There's that story of the man, the big successful tycoon, on a holiday. He's on his mobile phone, he's just doing all his business meetings, he's on some tropical beach, and he's walking along doing business, and he sees some guy sitting under a coconut tree. And he's like, what are you doing, mate? And he's like, I'm just enjoying life. He's going, like, yeah, fair enough, because like, there's a lot of fish in this water here. You could get a boat and catch some fish, And he's like, yeah, I do that occasionally. And he's like, well, you could get like a bigger boat. And let's change this, let's veganize this. So there's this guy sitting under the coconut tree, cracking coconuts and making coconut cream. And the guy's like, what do you do with the coconut cream? And the guy's like, I'll sell it, to my family, friends in the little village here, and I make a couple of bucks a day. The guy goes, you only make a couple of bucks a day, but there's all coconuts everywhere around here. You could be making like $1,000 a day, He goes, you get some staff, and you get like a factory, and then and the guy under the coconut tree scraping the nuts going, why? He's going, oh, because you can get a bigger factory, and you can put your kids through a better school, and then eventually you'll have more money. And the guy, coconut scraper's going, well, what's the point? And the guy goes, well, then you can retire and hang out on a tropical beach, doing what you're doing now, living fucking simple. It's a good reminder that, I'd never have to work a day in my life. I've got enough money to live in Thailand forever. I could retire here, no worries. But I would feel pretty fucking empty because that goal's ticked off, and then it's like, well, what next? So many people are working these jobs to get the money so they can retire, but I'll tell you what, we're there now, and if you don't have some purpose and passion, you'll just go crazy. If you don't have something to wake up to that's worthwhile, you'll just get caught up in that status quo nightmare and just be hating life. Been there, done that. Questions?
What's that?
What would I do today if I hadn't gone vegan? I would literally be probably morbidly obese. I would still love cycling, but I'd be too obese to actually ride a bike up a hill because I love to eat, man. I love to eat big volume foods. So I'd still be eating all that stuff I used to eat and I'd be morbidly obese because I would have gotten my injury and then you can't train. And if you're eating the obesity food, boom, 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 you blow out. So I'd be massively obese. I'd probably be like 120, 130 kilos because I love to eat.
Yeah, I think I'd be overweight working in an office as a receptionist. I think that's what I'd be doing.
Yeah.
Just like hating life. I wouldn't even be a personal trainer because I went vegan first. So, well, actually, no. It was around the same time. Yeah, I'd definitely just be like in an office work job.
People call this a cult or whatever, and it is. It definitely is. It's a good cult. I'd rather be part of the solution versus part of the problem. I mean, it's not, are you in a cult? It's like, which cult are you going to be part of? The cult of like, work till you're 50, 60, get cancer, do chemo, check off the planet.
Yeah,
have kids, pay someone else to raise them, work a job where you see your spouse maybe a couple hours a night. There's tension, so you drink alcohol to suppress it. You never really get to talk about it because neither of you has enough carbohydrate to really engage each other and sit down and have a meaningful conversation. So,
medication.
Yeah, or medication. People feel closer to people on the movie screen than their own partner. That's the cult as well. So it's not what cult, it's not if you're going to be in a cult, it's what cult you're going to be part of. Simple as that. Like whenever someone says, oh, you're in a cult, you're a vegan, like you're that raw till 4, you're a frilly banana girl, durianrider, you're in a cult. You say, oh, I'm in a cult, what the fuck cult you in, bro? Obviously ain't working for you. I had the best fucking time of my life in Thailand. Who's going to go home, change person for the better? Even if just 0.5%. Yeah, me too. You can't come to an event like this and organise your hotel, organise your dinner and talk to strangers and ride your bike up a hill and fix a flat tyre and break your collarbone and have to walk into hospital in the back of a sung towel and get a nickname called Pumpkin Seed. You can't do that without getting some inner game action gains happening there. And that's what it's about. It's just getting that rough diamond and just polishing it every day with a bit of lifestyle, a bit of friction in life, and that's how the diamonds are created. You get this chunk of rock where everyone's like, that's just a chunk of rock. But if you apply some friction in your life, some adversity, some challenges, just bit by bit, you'll polish up pretty fucking nice. And the longer you polish yourself, the more other people start to notice that and then come to you. Hey, you got any polishing tips? Definitely.
Why are so many people attracted to low-carb diets and get disconnected from animal suffering?
Why are so many people attracted to low-carb diets and get disconnected from animal suffering?
Instant results.
Instant results, because you...
It's weight loss, like
yeah, once you... Well, yeah, that's right. Once you decrease your carbohydrate intake, you retain less water, so you lose weight. It's like chopping off your arm, you lose weight.
They just want that, they want a result within a week. That's what most people want. Yeah. They want to see the results on the scales, and when they see it, they're like, oh, it's working, obviously.
And then when they can't maintain it, they blame themselves.
And because they're low carb, they can't even possibly entertain the notion of caring about animals because they don't even care about themselves. So then like try and get them to be ethical people is like impossible.
What about people who watch Earthlings and they still choose to eat meat?
Well, I did a video on that.
Kill them!
Kill them, yeah. Do they deserve to live?
That was a good video. Who saw that video? Good everyone. So
I was having a moment that day in my bedroom. I was like, oh, frustrated.
Would you still say that right now to the meat eaters, those deserters?
I mean, it's a philosophical question. It's like, You know, if you're
it's a hypothetical.
If you've seen like the results, you know, you've watched Earthlings, you know what you're doing, you know what you've got a hand in. Do you deserve to live? That's a question. It's not. I'm not saying yes or no. It's like, do you deserve to? Have you earned your place on the planet? If you continue to take lives, and you know what you're doing, and you're supporting such like cruelty and horrors, and
if you're taking up too much space, it's time to check off.
do you deserve it? Are you deserving of it?
If you're not living on the vegan edge, you're taking up too much fucking space. And that sort of controversy, a lot of people disagree. Oh, really? You don't give vegans a bad name, but
Well, a lot of people are like,
get it.
oh, you said people deserve to die, and meat eaters deserve to die, and that's
Out of context.
actually what I didn't say.
It's more of a controversial, hypothetical video title to get
philosophical.
people thinking, critical thinking, going, hang on, wow, actually I do eat meat, and I'm using all this water, I don't need to eat meat, and it's all cruel and it's fucked, and it's like, why the fuck am I doing it? So some people would have watched Freddie's video and thought, fuck, this crazy bitch is right.
Well, most people who watch it are meat eaters, so of course they're going to be like, like, they just don't understand, and you know, they've still got the meat fog.
It's a bit, and those videos, they act as filters. It's like the analogy I used yesterday after Q&A, where who knows, when you get the people looking for gold nuggets at the end of the stream, who knows that? Like you get the little gold, the little, the pan, and you go to the edge of the stream and you're looking for gold. Who knows what I'm talking about? Yeah. So you got the, what do they call them? Panning for gold. So you got your little pan and you're shaking it up and you're getting for all the dirt and the rocks and the gravel and the crystal, and you're looking for sparks of gold, yeah? So those videos that Freely or myself do, or you people do, they're like filtering out the rough, and we're looking for those gold nuggets that people are gonna go, shit, these motherfucking crazy fuckers are fucking right, I'm gonna take some motherfucking action and get it fucking done. And so we're panhandling for gold every day, creating filters. And I recommend do that in life, creating filters every day. And the stronger your filter, the more gold you'll come across. If you just let your pan just fucking sit there, it'll get filled with dust, cigarette butts, spit, chewing gum. You need to shake that fucking pan every day. Otherwise, by the end of the year, you'll look at your pan and go, fuck, what's my life become? Daily discipline. It doesn't take much effort to shake your pan. I love your fucking t-shirt, by the way. Stand up.
I was thinking that.
Show the world this. Is that a good shirt? Turn around and show the people behind.
It's very straight to the point.
Yes. Did you get that printed in town here? Did you get that printed in town?
Yeah, I just went and
got it. Osho?
For the people filming, it says, if you love animals, why do you eat them?
Yeah. You got it from Osho print? Or?
No, I don't know exactly what it's called. It was in the old mall.
Nice. Sick, good work.
It's just on the main level there, kind of go back.
That's rad, man. That's rad. Nice and bright. That's an airport shirt. That's an airport shirt.
When you were saying it the other day about having your brother, I'm sure you kind of, you know, puts it out there. Just want to know how long before you guys got your first idea to make your first YouTube video? How long did it actually take before you made that video?
For me, Freely was telling me to get on YouTube. My friend Kelly was telling me to get on YouTube, but I was a bit technologically dyslexic. And even though I say, get on there, I'm like, oh, I don't know really how.
Well, I knew how. I showed you. Yeah. I was already on it, like 9 months before you, so. You just didn't think it was worthwhile at the
that too as well.
You were just like, nah.
Back then I need someone to hold my hand and just show me how to upload.
Well, it wasn't very big at that stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was very small. Mine was like when I was traveling across Australia, doing my bike trip. So I was documenting, you know, most days on there, but I deleted a lot of those videos.
So I would say 3 people helped me get on YouTube. My friend Kelly for showing me what YouTube was. Freely for saying, I think you could contribute good on YouTube. You should do it. 3rd would be Matt Monarch using 10 plastic bags to carry 1 durian a metre. And then he's eating the durian and he just leaves the plastic bags behind.
Ask how many people know who he is.
Who knows what Matt Monarch is? A few people.
Not many.
Just this space cadet raw food hustler, snake oil seller. So
the first video.
Yeah, like how long did it take you before you kind of had that idea? So like when you was kind of planning that in your head, like you should do it, you know, and you know, you're saying you're technically kind of not sure about it, how long before you had that idea did you make that first video? It's like, I'm kind of at that point where I'm like, really wanting to, you guys really motivating me and inspiring me to do it, but I'm kind of like nervous at the same time.
I think it's about a year before Freely said you could do YouTube, you should get on it. It's about a year before I took action on it.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
You just didn't see the point. I think because YouTube was so small and not many people watching it at that point. But you just have to focus on that message you have there and not on your own nerves and ego and stuff like that. Just get the message out. Realize that animals are dying like thousands every second. So there's no time for your own feelings. You know what I mean? Like if you really want to affect change, like if you really want to bring about change, you have to just step up and forget about that ego stuff. This is going to hold you back. Yeah, just go for it. Fuck. You really could be dead tomorrow. As cliche as it sounds, you could be dead tomorrow. You know, may as well just put it out there. The animals need you.
Yo. Hey, like guys, sorry. Speak up again, I can hear that.
I mean, I met some people who think that they're not a good example of vegan, and
Oh yeah.
kept them from giving up alcohol and
Well, many people say me and Freely are bad examples of veganism, and then we destroyed the vegan movement, but the Google data suggests otherwise.
And the thousands of comments.
And the people that stop us every day suggest otherwise. It doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, what race or religion, creed, credit, status quo, whatever. Everyone has something to learn from you. And some people might learn better from you or us or anyone else. So to use the excuse, I'm not such and such, so I can't take action, that's a perfectionism mindset. And perfectionism is the lowest state because perfectionism is not fucking attainable. So I would say just take action. Avoid critiquing yourself too hard and just bang out some vids.
Yeah, I had people telling me for years, like, oh, you don't look like a vegan, you don't look like a fruitarian, why are you so fat? I had that for years.
Yeah.
So it didn't stop me. You just got to do it. Again, as cliche as it sounds, you could be dead tomorrow.
Could be dead today.
Get the fuck over it.
Someone says to me, you've never won the Tour de France, how can you give cycling advice? If I won the Tour de France, I'd have to win it fucking 5 times before I could give them advice. So someone's always going to say, you're not good enough.
Yeah. And we need different examples anyway.
Everyone needs to do something, you know? Everyone's got a gift to share.
And if you're like at the start of your journey, then you can inspire other people who are at the start of their journey as well. You know? Julia?
How do you balance like time on social media with your life? Because I find myself constantly being on Tumblr answering questions, constantly Instagram on Snapchat, on YouTube or something. And how do you have like work times in the day when you work on the internet and then live your private life? So, for example, you do 2 hours in the morning and then 2 hours in the afternoon. How do you manage that so it becomes healthy? It doesn't get out of hand because you have so much work to do online.
Yeah, I did that for a while where I was a little bit crazy and I was staying up too late and it was just affecting like my life, my health, yeah. So now it's like kind of loose, like I don't have times where I'm like, okay, I've got to be on YouTube between 12 and 4 and like that. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe that would be good for me to do that, but at the moment I go with the flow and it seems to be working well.
I would say one good tip is maybe have a cap where everything's off at 8, 9 p.m. There's no scrolling, there's no reading, there's no phone on, off.
Remember we tried to
Shut
do
it
that?
down. That's a good one.
We tried to do that.
We tried to do that, but that's a great aim to have.
It is good.
It's a great direction. It's a great emphasis to have.
Because if you don't look after yourself enough, then you can't give to others.
You can't give to others.
You're not going to be effective. You're going to burn out, go off the internet. Like we see so many people burn out, you never see them again.
Yeah.
Like their channel is doing well, and then months later, they're not even relevant. There's no one there anymore. No one's home.
Yeah.
And during the day, like not like when you shut off the internet at like 8 o'clock, okay, but during the day, like how do you control not to answer Tumblr questions all the time? Because
yeah, I find it easy, but I'm not really on Tumblr. I answer them more on YouTube and Instagram, but Harley's on Tumblr all the time.
And now I'm on Patreon, I'm on
Now I'm on Patreon.
Snapchat.
What are you up to now?
Getting money to update my prison cell. Gotta buy like a sound system and shit. Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi ain't cheap in prison. So you just find a balance. But I would say the best contributing avenues is number 1 would be YouTube, number 2 would be Tumblr. So YouTube should always be the focus in my opinion. People stop us on the street, not because of an Instagram post or a Tumblr, it's like, I saw your video, then I bought your book, I read your book, helped me change my life around. So yeah, so Tumblr is a great one, but I'd say number 1 in 2016, YouTube, Tumblr.
What about Facebook?
Facebook I think is okay, but it's dying off a bit.
But I mean, I looked at my analytics and I saw that a lot of my views are coming from Facebook still. So I was really surprised by that. A lot of my views on my YouTube videos. So they're getting shared a lot still. I wouldn't completely neglect it.
Would you say YouTube's number 1?
YouTube's number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah.
So there you go. If you've any doubt, just focus on YouTube. Focus on like the real deal. YouTube. If YouTube's the main, YouTube's the rice, YouTube's the bananas. Everything else is like a little bit of chili sauce, a little bit of sugar sprinkle, a little bit of cinnamon. But YouTube is the rice, is the banana, is the mango, is the potato, the corn. YouTube. Feast motherfucking daily.
Do you have any advice on like, the thing I hate the most about making videos and stuff and doing social media in general is that I find that it kind of takes you out of the present moment. Like, do you have any advice on like how to stay present?
Stay present. If I'm editing a video, I'm staying present there. I hear what you mean, and I've ridden across the deserts in Australia thinking about that stuff with no audio books, nothing, just me, my mind, myself and I, and being present. So I can be present anytime now.
I love making videos and stuff, it's just the only thing, it's just when you're behind the camera, I feel like sometimes it's just so nice to just sit back and like enjoy, but then, you know...
Oh, you can have hours like that, you just make a 2-minute video. Then you can...
Well, when I make a video, normally most of my videos is one take. No jump cuts, 99% of the time. So I'm present, I'm thinking in the present. So I'm in the present when I'm making my video.
You only really have to dedicate a couple of minutes a day. So, and like the payoff is so much bigger than, you know, the reward and potential of one person turning to veganism and saving thousands of animals' lives. You got to put it into perspective. You know what I mean?
Like I had a flight booked for Australia in a couple of days, but I'm going to stay here longer. I might go back for a couple of days, I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to stay longer just because the Wi-Fi speed's better here than I get in Australia.
Yeah.
So I can do more work.
Probably take you like 3 days to upload a
Yeah.
3-minute video back there.
Yeah. Not the best.
Questions? But you can always be present, no matter what you're doing. Always be present. Because you're in the moment. It's now. If you're editing, you're editing. If you're editing going, oh, I wonder what people are going to say about this, you're not really being too present.
Yeah,
you're thinking about the future.
If you do like a bunch of Snapchats when you're out with your friends and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
What you're doing is you're pulling it out, you're sharing, and put it back in the pocket.
You have to put the purpose above your stuff. You know what I mean? Like the planet is in a state where it needs your help.
Because what if we all just sort of sat there in the forest, you know, namaste, lotus, we wouldn't really get much done.
How did you support yourself financially when you started the channel?
How do you support yourself financially? For me, I was on welfare and I would upload my videos from the local library. I was living on the street, I was homeless, I preferred to have money for fruit than for rent. And so I would just travel around Australia with my bicycle, I'd come to Thailand, and I was just living on welfare and uploading from the internet cafe or local library.
You can start planning now and like save money at the current job that you're at.
Yeah, you don't need to quit your job to be successful on YouTube.
Have you got a job at the moment?
I actually had a job in the same my state.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, just like
I was going to go back.
because you're not going to need a lot of money like to stay in Thailand.
No.
You can do it very cheaply. Like Robin lives in a closet wherever Robin is. He pays like how much do you pay a month?
1,500.
So what's that like in?
It's like 50, 60 Aussie dollars.
About 60 Aussie dollars a month.
60 Canadian.
So, just do it.
YouTube pays it.
Yeah, YouTube pays it for him.
Yeah, what's better
So
than that?
get on YouTube. Yeah.
Pay
Have
your
you
rent.
got a channel?
Not yet, I'm going to start.
Yeah, that's like.
I had like full-time job.
I mean, if you make $100 from it, $200 a month, like that's going to be a huge. It can go a long way in Thailand.
A long way. There's heaps of rentals for 1,000 and 1,500 baht a month. Heaps. Heaps.
Robin had a troll on his channel being like, you can't take those kinds of rooms, like that's what, you know, the poor people have, like, I'm like, have you ever been to Shanghai? You know how many rooms there are available here?
It's like you're being criticised no matter what you do. You know what I mean? It's like, they'll find something.
What's the best way to go about finding,
Finding what?
Finding rooms to rent.
Just ride your bike around and look for a place that looks cheap and go and talk to people.
Is that what
Keep
you
doing
guys
that.
do?
It's the best way to just get on your bike and just go into every place. It takes 2 minutes, just walk in, you have a room, check the room.
Yeah. There's literally like hundreds of places.
Yeah, there's apartment complexes like every 20 meters from each other. It's insane.
Yeah.
There's Airbnb, but it's a bit more expensive.
When the why is strong enough, the how comes instantly. Yeah. So when you need to go to the toilet, I'll go to the toilet in 10 minutes. I'll actually go to the toilet. Where's the toilet? Versus you're holding your pants because you're about to crap yourself or piss yourself on the plane or whatever. Then when that why becomes strong enough, the how comes instantly. So often it's about motivating yourself, creating urgency, a sense of urgency, realizing that we might not be awake tomorrow. We may wake up dead. And creating that sense of urgency definitely helped me avoid sleepwalking through life. And when you create a sense of urgency, it's not about being stressed. It's about like, okay, come on, let's keep going. Let's avoid distraction, let's keep going. Let's focus on what matters here. Let's keep pushing. Big. I'd strongly, sincerely suggest create a sense of urgency in your life that doesn't make you manic or out of balance, but it just goes, okay, there's things, there's work to be done, let's get onto it. Let's get onto it. To find the balance so you're not like me up till 4 AM on the internet. Sometimes. Questions?
Did you eat refined sugar when you were on welfare?
No, back then I was full fruitarian, and that's why I was homeless, because I could either afford organic fruit or I could afford rent. So I'd spend literally almost all my welfare money on organic fruit.
What was your meal plan?
Organic fruit. The best organic fruit I could buy.
What was for breakfast?
Whatever I could get that was tasty. So maybe oranges or bananas, or depends where it was.
Liters of orange juice.
Yeah, it depends where I was at the time.
We ate pretty good.
Hmm.
And we were friends with the organic fruit shop owner. And we stayed with him as well in his backyard.
Do you still talk to those two fruitarians that don't drink water at all?
No.
Through mango.
We would talk mango and Copycat.
I wouldn't talk to them.
I would say g'day, but
oh, she's a lunatic. She's an absolute lunatic.
Yeah, you're crazy.
I don't have time for those people anymore.
Yeah.
When was your last raw day, Harley?
my last raw day was I think the day after the Internon when I felt a bit crook.
Oh yeah.
So just boom.
Yeah.
It's good. Joey did Duinton yesterday.
Yeah, the hard side.
How many people have done Duinton? Put your hand up.
God, heaps.
A lot of people, wow. And there's a lot of people have gone home since.
Yeah, they went the back way too.
Sick.
Back way is the only way.
Ooh, it's a new way.
Yeah.
You're soft if you go the front way now.
It's just so beautiful.
Yeah. It is a beautiful road.
Make sure you have a 36 or a 40%. You're good to go.
Tomorrow.
What's that?
Who wants to do Internon tomorrow?
You're better off in small groups. Yeah. That's why I haven't hyped up too much, because you're better off in small groups. The bigger the group, the more the danger. Because if people are more fatigued, people are crossing wheels, people are trying to hang up. If you just go maybe 2 or 3 of you, it's a lot better. Or even solo. So don't wait for someone to go with it Internon. It's like life. If you wait for a mate to go to Internon with you, then you'll be waiting too long. You might miss out. So just charge forward and make it happen. And you might meet someone along the way, or you may not. It's a journey that matters. Questions? Yo, Russia.
How do you pick music for your videos?
How do you pick music?
Yeah, and like avoiding copyright. No copyright.
So you can have, I'm pretty sure it's under 30 seconds, but I usually have under like 25 seconds of like a popular song, copyrighted song. And that's okay. Yeah, you're allowed to have that. It might come back and bite you in the ass later on. I don't know. You know what I mean? They might have some new rule in the future or some detection device that detects it. But at the moment, that's completely fine. And I do that in some of my blogs.
If you're starting out though, just don't use music. You don't even need to use music.
You got the free library.
Yeah, you use the YouTube free library if you want.
Yeah, there's like a few. There's like also another YouTube channel that has like really good free music. What's it called?
No copyright sounds.
Okay, there you go.
What is it?
No copyright sounds.
Oh, okay, thank you. It's like electric music.
Do you like it or?
Yeah, it's not bad.
You don't really need music. I mean, I'll use it occasionally, but my videos with millions of hits didn't have any music in there.
You can add something.
It can add atmosphere, it can add intensity, it can add passion, emphasis, but I don't think it's essential. Don't go, oh, I couldn't find a good music track today, I'm not going to upload.
May as well just voice over instead.
Yeah, just sing.
People want to hear your voice.
Just get like a bean can and make your own music.
Oh, yeah.
Shake the beans, you know. Yeah. Music's music.
On SoundCloud, there are a lot of beginning artists that give free music.
Yeah, okay.
How do you find them though? Like I always go
Got a
there.
Casey Neistat's channel over.
They're like copyright and you know
Yeah.
it's a bit of a mess. There
True.
needs to be one like maybe there's like one channel on there that has
Yeah.
a group of them.
Yeah.
I need to get a link to that.
There's some website that I think everyone uses that just has loads of copyright-free music.
There's also Danos songs, but he's kind of got like a bit old schoolish style. If you want that.
You can always get Justin Bieber.
Huh?
You can
Justin
always
Bieber.
use Justin Bieber.
It's copyrighted, like
Oh, actually.
25 seconds or less you can, yeah.
During asthma, you yourself or someone else? Well, I'd say maybe do like just.
Has it improved?
It's definitely improved, but I tried to come up on meds whilst I was gaming.
Well, it depends as well on what someone's eating. I'd recommend maybe do a fruitarian for a week, just to sort of clean out a bit. Because if you're eating oil, I notice if you're eating oil, it can be a little bit like your blood can coagulate, a bit harder to breathe. So I would say just do fruit for breakfast, lunch and dinner for a week. And if you're struggling to get enough calories, maybe just have some steamed rice and sugar, no oil, and you'll find your breathing will definitely get better. And just use your, what meds are you taking? What asthma meds? Yeah, okay, so just have that as maybe a backup versus a necessity. And also learn how to relax when you're going hard, you know. Often, if I don't relax my brain, breathing's a lot harder. I have to consciously relax my diaphragm to get the oxygen in. Because when your heart rate's all up and your power's up and you're just like breathing like a goldfish, you've got to stay relaxed. Otherwise you're going to hyperventilate and feel like you have an asthma attack.
Yeah, on the meds I'm absolutely fine, but I don't really want to be on the meds.
Well, the meds can also be psychological. Like you take them and go, well, now I can breathe easier. So there's also the physiological effect they have. But there's also a placebo effect, which is pretty powerful as well. Because how you breathe is largely based on your diet, but also largely on your mind state. So if you're like, can't breathe, like when I had that crash last year, I felt like I was going to die because I couldn't breathe. So I had to just relax. I'm like, I can't die, I've got YouTube videos to make. Literally, I said that, I was like, I've got work to do, man. I can't die. And so I just used that to keep me breathing. I was just going breath by breath. I was riding my bike, I was just trying to swim myself out of it. And then I went to this place, I got some hardcore painkillers, and I was alright. But yeah, the breath is largely controlled by the mind. So learn how to relax, stay chill. And use your meds if you need to, but you'll find if you make your diet a bit cleaner, make your mind more relaxed, you'll eventually get off your meds 100%. Just play with it. Play with it. If you've got any spare asthma medication, you can hook me up. I've got asthma, doc. Depends what country you're from. The question is the visas, or what country you're from, etc. Depends. You're better off ringing up the local Thai place. Is that your question? The visas and stuff? Yeah, so it changes all the time. Yeah, even the location of the visa place changes all the time, so you're better off getting the latest information from the local embassy, etc. Or the web, just Google it up. How do I stay longer with Thailand? Make some phone calls, make it happen. You don't want to get to the immigration stamp and go, oh, I didn't know. You're like, well, we're going to blacklist you from Thailand for a year. So yeah. Any more?
Advice for being camera shy?
Of course, being camera shy.
Get over yourself.
Get the fuck over yourself and just do it. The more videos you do, you'll get used to it.
You got to focus on what matters, and that's not your ego. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. The shyness is just your ego, like thinking, oh, I'm going to be judged. And I had it at first too, but once you get over it, like you've just got to realize the urgency of the message. It's really urgent. We need this message out there. We don't have time for your shyness. We don't have time for your insecurities. You know, the animals don't have time. Thousands are killed every second.
Yeah.
Is that good motivation?
When you focus on your purpose, you get over yourself pretty quick.
And you also got to remember that you're critiquing yourself way harder than like anybody else is going to critique you. You know what I mean? People just want to hear what you got to say. They don't want to hear you all shy and stuff. They just want to hear what you got to say and be motivated and inspired.
Have you ever seen his channel?
No. What is it?
Sugarcane Puppy.
Sugarcane Puppy? That's cute.
P-A-P-I, Puppy.
Oh, Puppy, yeah. Sugarcane Puppy. Check out his channel, Sugarcane Puppy, P-A-P-I.
Pappy.
Pappy. Oh, Puppy.
Any more questions?
Yeah. How many videos have you got?
Like 10-ish, 15.
Yeah, you already got
It's not really being shy, it's just like keeping my chain of thought like a single take. Like being able to like stay chill, like
maybe, yeah.
express a thought. Versus like what I've been doing is just like vlogging, just shooting tears and stuff. Versus like,
sounds like
I have lots of ideas, but to fully express that, like
Stop caring what people think.
Yeah.
Because that's where it originates. You're worried about people judging you and everything. They're always going to judge you. But remember, you're critiquing yourself harder than anyone else is going to. And the message is bigger than all of that. What did you say?
That's not sloppy.
How do you stop feeling like a copycat when you're using someone else's ideas?
Well, you're wearing a bicycle helmet.
Yeah.
You copied someone else. And
You're
you're wearing clothing. You copied someone else. You came to Thailand. You copied someone else.
You're a terrible person. Terrible.
Get original.
Go and die in a hole.
You should basically get a piece of cardboard with a broomstick and then paddle your way to Thailand.
There's no original.
That's original.
There's no original ideas left anymore.
Everything's been said before, read before, made before, pretty much. Just keep going. Add your bit of flavour to it.
Yeah, that's just silly. Smart people are the ones who like take good ideas and run with it.
Cook up a bowl of rice and add your flavour to it.
Yeah.
To not use rice because someone else is doing it. To not do YouTube because someone else is doing it, this is stupidity. You'll starve. You starve your audience, you starve your effort of contribution by going, oh, I'm a copycat. There's plenty of people out there who don't care about that and they've copied our template, our advice, and they're doing really well.
It's just another excuse not to step up.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's another excuse.
If you follow our advice, you'll do well. Who cares if someone calls you a copycat? Fuck it. Everyone copies. How did we learn to fucking speak English or whatever? We copied our parents. Everyone's a fucking copycat. If you're not, you're either a liar or you're totally delusional. Everyone copies everyone. That's how we learn.
Yeah, Saoirse gets it all the time. That, oh, you're just a freely wannabe. You're copying freely, blah, blah, blah. She's like, fuck it, I don't care. She just keeps going because she's got the message at the forefront of her mind when she does a video. Not about what some random, like, faceless avatar thinks. So keep the message at the forefront of your mind always.
Focus on your contribution versus approval. Especially with basic stuff like that.
Getting sunny.
Hot stuff.
Is that what's that like?
This Facebook for this event, is that like a good place to put videos from this festival?
Yeah, if the videos are about the festival, put them on the group.
Yeah, because it would be nice to find, I'm sure there's a lot of smaller YouTubers here, to find each other.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Like some people have posted content that's not relevant and I've just sort of like deleted it or whatever.
There is a thread where, like, maybe we should just have a thread where you can just post all your videos about anything, like just, I mean, one thread underneath.
Well, let's keep it relevant to the festival, otherwise it'll be like, you know, my dog chewed my brother's slipper.
Yeah, but if it's in one thread, it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's just kept into that little...
Yeah, I hear you, but let's keep it specific, and then that way people are motivated to make a video that actually has a message versus the dog eating a slipper. Who saw that picture of the squirrel with the stuffed raccoon yesterday? There's a little, like a squirrel, this like soft toy.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty cute. Yeah. It's a squirrel going crazy on this little soft toy.
Really?
It's quite cute.
Playing with it?
Yeah. Yo.
Do you think you'll do any more TV interviews?
Anytime, man. But YouTube's a new TV. I've done like 4 hours of, no, I've done more than that. Interviews of this last couple of days. That's TV, man. YouTube's a new TV. In the US now, YouTube gets more watch time per day than TV. Just as of recent.
That interview I did, though, was really good for my channel. That mainstream interview, it's had over 1 million views now.
Gives social proof.
That's, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that morning, Freely rode to the appointment. I said, you've got to like go in there swinging. They're going to try and steamroll this. So Freely went there swinging.
I was planning on doing that,
yeah.
for sure.
I was like,
I knew what they were going to do.
Just trying to do it, I'm like, just hit him from the get-go. She's like, okay, I know. I'm like, hit him! And I was texting her, just full gas.
How do I sign up to go on the news?
What's that?
How do I sign up to go on the news?
How do you sign up?
Yeah.
You just got to
Get a
harass
social
them.
media following,
I mean, like,
and they'll call you.
They contacted me.
They'll call you.
You be controversial enough for long enough, and they will start to contact you.
I will.
Or you can just message them. Like,
what are your thoughts on eco products?
Oh, that was a quick, like, subject change. Eco products. They're good. Yeah, anything that's eco, good for the environment and the planet. It's good stuff.
It's a better option. Are they perfect? No. Is it better? Yes.
Oh my god, I get it.
Yeah. Is anything perfect? No. Go with better and best.
What's the brand of your microphone?
What brand is the microphone?
Yeah, the external one.
I'm using a Rode Smart Lab, which has sort of died today for some reason.
You get them on eBay and
yeah. Any lapel could be pretty good. A couple more questions, we'll wrap it up, and we'll still be hanging around during the week and stuff like that. So if you do have any questions, come up and ask us.
Festival goes on.
We don't bite very hard.
How long do you stay here?
How long we stay here? Don't know. Not sure.
Live in the moment.
Live in the moment.
Take every day as it comes.
How long do you think your time frame for next year's festival? Like 6 months maybe?
How long what?
For
6
next
months.
year's festival.
The time
That
duration?
might be pushing it a bit.
I would say
Fewer days every day for 6 months.
I would like at least probably 6 weeks.
1 week break.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. I reckon 6 weeks would be a good one. I can handle 6 weeks.
Just do a break at some point. Give yourself like
The break is during the middle of the day.
Well, most of the questions are for Harley.
And
anyway,
here's the
so
thing, most of
we can do it.
the energy I expended this year outside the festival is just the drama. So I don't think you can get much more drama than what
Next
happened.
year there'll be another drama.
But I'll have more skills to deal with that.
If you took a week off, Joey could cover the Q&A.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we can have stand-ins.
Yeah, there we go. Guest
That would be
appearances.
good. Yeah,
Guest appearances, good idea.
definitely. Like last year we had like little workshops, didn't we? Like you did like a YouTube one. Yeah. We could do that again.
All right. Thanks for all coming.
Yeah, thanks for coming, everyone.
And the festival never ends. The festival never ends. It keeps on going. It stays in Chiang Mai. It goes home with you. It goes on your smartphone with you. The festival never ends. This is not goodbye. This is hello. This is the start of a new thing. Make it fucking happen. Have fun. Carve the fuck up and get it fucking done. See you soon.